Since 2003, this is the Sports Source with your host, John Pennington.
The Sports Source is presented by Junk Be Gone, Pipe Wrench, and the Garza Law Firm.
The Sports Source starts now.
Good Sunday morning. Merry Christmas to you. We're happy to have you with us on this Christmas week. We're in the Junk Be Gone studios, and this is the Sports Source's, the 23rd annual Christmas Extravaganza. That's why I'm dressed like I'm wrapped. We have everybody here having a little bit of fun. This is basically our version of a Sports Source company Christmas party, but we turn the cameras on, and we try not to curse as much as we normally do. We do have tons of questions, many of them Christmas-themed, holiday-themed, tying into Tennessee's athletics over the course of the past year. And a lot of that starts with football, and that's where we'll get into this thing to begin with. First segment of our show brought to you by Junk Be Gone. And the folks at Junk Be Gone, a family-owned, locally owned business, want to wish your family a wonderful Christmas. Be sure to call them about your post-holiday cleanup. Junk Be Gone. We appreciate them for supporting the Sports Source each and every week. All right, appreciate these guys for being here. A lot of red, a lot of green, a lot of festive stuff. We got Jimmy in his red, Jimmy Himes right here. Thank you, Jimmy.
Sir.
We got Mike Stoll in his Cousin Eddie outfit, including the sweater and the black dickie, which looks great.
Is this not normal?
Is that a Doug?
It's a Doug Dickey special.
And we got over here Will Overstreet wearing his reddish color here. And then we got right there in the bad Christmas sweater. I should just say in the Christmas sweater, Bob Hodge. Who am I to say it's bad? I'm wearing Christmas wrapping paper.
I actually wore it because I like it.
There you go. Sorry, I apologize. All right. Simple holiday-themed questions right off the bat today, and I'll let Mike get us started on this one. And all these are, in typical Sports Source fashion, they're all very upbeat and cheery. So here's the question. If you are in charge of gift giving for Josh Heupel following the 2025 season, Mike Stoll, are you handing him a gift? Are you handing him a stocking stuffer? Are you giving him a lump of coal? What are you doing?
You know, I say this from the fact of I think Josh Heupel did a great job this year and he played well, but I think he needs a gift. And the gift I think it is this year I'm going to get him a watch because he did not handle 2-minute offense very well this year. It just was not up to par. So I think his watch that he had from before broke. And he just couldn't teach how to manage the clock well because 2-minute offense was just poorly done this year. You think about Mississippi State, some of the other games, you just didn't do a good job of running the clock.
All right, giving him a gift. Giving him a gift. Jimmy Helms, what are you doing?
Well, I thought he was going to give him a kicker.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to give him a stocking stuffer. The team was about what I thought it would be. Thought they'd be 8-4. The difference was I had them losing at Florida, beating Vanderbilt, and it was the reverse. Had a lot of injuries, had a new quarterback, had to break in. They did about what I thought they would do. Certainly the last game left a sour taste in your mouth, but I'd give him a stocking stuffer. Doesn't get a gift, not good enough.
Stocking stuffer, 8-4. 8-4 is where I thought they'd be. He did have to overcome losing a starting quarterback right spring training, had to get a new guy in 100 days. So there was some good and there was some bad. But if the gift I have to name, just like the Stoll would be a strong safety that can come up and stop the run for this next year and actually fit off on the outside. So if that's my stocking stuffer, I think that would help us tremendously this next year.
Okay, so we got stocking stuffer, another stocking stuffer, which is a hard-hitting safety. We got a gift, which is a watch to help with 2-minute clock management. Bob Hodge, gift, or you work in the coal industry, so
you know, and I could sell a little bit more coal right here. Oddly enough, shipping cost on the safety is about $850,000 from what I've been reading. I'm going to give him a gift. I don't know exactly what gift I'd give him, but the wrapping paper will be special. It will be new play sheets because I know #1 offense in the SEC, but that offense to me just looked like it relied too much on we hit a big play or we don't do anything. They didn't drive the ball very well. They did, Florida was probably first half in Florida and Georgia was your best offensive game. So I'm going to give him a gift because 8-4, it's not the horrible season so many people thought it was, but I think they need to keep tweaking their offense.
I honestly expected 4 people to give him a lump of coal. I was prepared to be the guy that comes in here as the voice of reason. Didn't expect that from you people. But no, I was going to say the overreaction around. I don't think if you ask the fan base, I think there's a sizable chunk of the fan base that would give a stocking stuffer at best and a lot of lumps of coal.
Yes.
And because 8-4 is not good enough, I spend too much money, I deserve better, blah, 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 blah.
And Vanderbilt.
Yeah, Vanderbilt. But they were saying it before. You had people that checked out after Oklahoma.
Yeah.
There were people that dialed it out once they weren't in the playoff. And I think that's kind of the new reality, maybe everywhere. But I just don't think when your school's average is an 8-4 season, and that is good enough to be 10th, 11th, 12th best in the history of college football, an 8-4 season, there's no reason to lose your minds over an 8-4 season, especially when the year before you went 10-3, were in the playoffs, and for all those people that say you got bombed in the playoffs, if they had seeded the playoffs last year the way they did this year, you wouldn't have been at Ohio State. You would have kicked the crap out of SMU here the same way Ole Miss beat Tulane, and in my opinion, I think you'd have walloped SMU, and then gone and gotten crushed by someone. But still, I think that this was not as bad a year as it's being made out to be on the message boards and stuff. And look, I don't think anybody's ever walked around calling me Johnny Positive, but I just think that fair is fair, considering all he went through, as you mentioned. I don't think it was that bad a deal. So I'm a little surprised that I'm joined by people who are like, it's okay. It's a stocking stuffer or a gift. I get it. Although your gifts were kind of snarky. Would you have given a lump of coal if not trying to be snarky?
No. I mean, look, everybody.
Which I appreciate the snark. Thank you.
Hey, nothing.
Can I pick you out in the woods? Leave you dead?
I'm just going to sew your head to the carpet later. But no, I think when you look at it, the 8-4 is what you were expecting. That's kind of what we were calling. I think the way that the season ended is probably why more people are like, oh, lump of coal, different things like that. You started off pretty well. The Oklahoma and the Vanderbilt, those into the season games, those are the ones that hurt you, that kind of put a little bit of a cloud on you.
But there's also Tennessee this year. You lost to Georgia in the playoff, Alabama in the playoff, Oklahoma in the playoffs, Vanderbilt should have been in the playoffs. Yeah. So this was a season you didn't have a Georgia State or a Rutgers or any of that stuff, which I think that's usually what spells doom for people. You lost 4 games. You lost to 4 pretty good teams, and out of the 4 you lost, 2 of them were very, pretty close ball games.
Yeah. The difference is right now you're having people that are screaming, and you didn't beat anybody. Which is also true.
That's also true. Yes, it is.
But that's kind of true for everybody in the SEC who goes 8-4, 9-3. A lot of those are built in, which we'll be talking about the schedule for next year. A lot of that built-in win stuff goes away next year. You can't chalk the schedule filled with ETSUs like you used to. Okay, I tell you what, that's good. I want to move on. We made up some time here. Very good. Nice answers. We got more people to bring on to this show. We've got more sports to cover. We've got more Christmas stuff to cover, including coming up next, 3 panelists that you haven't seen so far in their outfits, and 3 questions about fan expenses, next year's quarterback, and Nico. Come on back on the Sports Source. Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by A.G. Hines Company, the Hines family, and all the team at A.G. Hines Company wish you and yours a blessed Christmas season and a happy, happy New Year. A.G. Hines Company, aghines.com. Thanks to all our sponsors for giving the brief Christmas messages today, which allows us to have a little bit more time with our Sports Source family, which includes a bunch of VFLs right here. Ollie Lane right there in his cool bean sweater. Right here we got Daniel Hood. Thank you. And this lovely, velvet red coat. Look at you, Sterling Hinton, always electric. Regardless of what you're wearing, always electric. Sterling Hinton. And Bob Hodge still sits right there. So, Bob, thank you. All right. You are our lump of coal. Just saying. Okay, we got 3 holiday-themed questions in this one. And we got some video, we got some graphics to go along with it. So first question, we'll paraphrase Charles Dickens. A lot of fans have complained about the 10% talent fee that is now being added on to Tennessee tickets. Is that a good idea, or is it a poor excuse for picking a man's pocket every 25th of December and beyond? Gentlemen, 10% talent fee to help pay for revenue sharing. Is that a good idea or a picking a man's pocket.
You know, I don't have a huge problem with it. I think tickets prices are getting out of hand for a lot of people. I mean, by the time you do donation, ticket, now 10% on top of that. But at the same time, if you want to go over there and watch your team be competitive, I think this maybe is sort of a way that everybody can pitch in. Now, it also turns the heat up on
That's
you
right.
because you're paying it. But I don't have a major problem with it.
All right, so picking pocket is a good idea.
That's what I was going to say. It's a double-edged sword almost when you're looking at it. Because, I mean, one, it's like, all right, now I'm a fan. I have direct impact on the product that's on the field. So I'm going to pay my 10% extra. I'm going to have a better product. But then at the same time, when it's not a better product, you give that fan 10% more say to say, well, I paid for that. I don't like it. So you're giving fans more of an opportunity to have direct buy-in to what is out there on the field versus before it was more or less the coach and the program's going to take care of getting the product right. Now you're putting the responsibility on the fans saying, well, if you want a better product, give me more money.
Okay, quick answers, guys. Quick. We got 3 of these in this segment. So, like one sentence, whether you like it or don't. So what do you got, Daniel? You like, it's a good idea or not?
It's something they have to do. I don't like it. I think the prices need to come down a little bit to get more fans in.
Sterling.
I don't like it because it's just, the price is going up and, living is going up too. But, hey, you got to make sure we're competitive.
What about when they add the 10% Sterling Hinton fee?
They do.
The in-game DJ.
You know what's funny? I would give 8% back.
I know you would. And
I would.
You would. All right. Number 2, who will the ghost of Christmas future see quarterbacking the Vols in 2026? I got options for you.
Wow.
George McIntyre, who I guess he'll be a redshirt freshman, but you get it, second year. Faison Brandon, the true freshman coming in. Will it be Joey Aguilar winning his court case? He's waiting on it now. Will it be Brendan Sorsby, the transfer from Cincinnati, who's like at the top of the list, bidding war? Josh Hoover or Rocco Becht, 2 guys that Tennessee reportedly reached out to before Aguilar last year. Wow. Who will be the quarterback that the ghost of Christmas future sees next year leading the Vols? Daniel Hood.
Complete guess. I'm going with Brendan Sorsby.
Okay, big money on Sorsby. What are you doing?
I'm also going with Brendan Sorsby. That's the name that I've heard thrown out a lot, so that's the one that I'm kind of excited about.
That's the name that everybody, LSU wants him, Texas Tech wants him. He's got family in Knoxville. He's got a girlfriend who has already committed to Texas Tech.
Oh, no. Well, he's going to Tech.
What are you doing? Sorry, family. Girl going to Tech. What are you doing?
I'm saying if Joey wins his court case, he's here.
Okay. What are you doing?
I got to go Sorsby too, just simply because people have said Tennessee's not going to spare the money.
It's funny, we had Ryan Callahan on the Saturday show who kind of disagreed with it. He says that they did set aside money this year that may allow them to go a little deeper into the cash if they want to this year. My guess is it'll be Hoover or Becht because you reached out to them and tried to get them last year. And I think they would be cheaper. They're down the list than Sorsby. But, all right, here we go. Question number 3, my favorite. Frosty the Snowman famously told the children, "Don't you cry, I'll be back again someday." If Nico Iamaleava wanted to transfer back, and if Josh Heupel felt that's my best key for next year, would you support him in bringing Nico Iamaleava back, Sterling Hinton?
No. It's too much of an uphill climb. You don't want to deal with the schedule we got next year. It'd just be too easy to come down on the program if things don't go the way we want them to go.
So we got to know if Nico wanted to come back and Heupel said he's my guy, Sterling Hinton says no. There you go. All right. Fox.
And I'm going to agree with Sterling because on his first incomplete pass, people would be screaming for whoever the backup is, and it would be that way for 12 weeks. No.
Big uphill climb.
But his first touchdown pass, everyone's going to forget everything.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
It's the season of forgiving. It's the Christmas season. Do we not have any love in our hearts?
Zero.
No, what do we do?
That's he's still got the same family, and it's kind of like the girl you dated in high school. Like, well, it's been 10 years. Maybe it'll work. It doesn't work.
It's the same deal. What do you got?
No, there is not enough fire extinguishers in the world to put out the fire that's on that bridge.
Whoa! Good job. Good job. All right. There you go. And by the way, obviously, there's not a rumor about that. That's never going to happen. That's just a fun question here on our Christmas show.
Well, I like Nico, though, as a person.
I wish him well.
Yeah.
Well, then he can come back and visit you.
Hang out.
Next Christmas, he can drop by. All right. When we come back, 2 more new panelists coming out here. And have we found a reason for you, the Vol fan, to have some Christmas cheer this year? I think so. We'll show you next. Come on back on the Sports Source. Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Parkside Cabin Rentals from Sevier County. The Ogle family wishes all of you watching at home a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season. We appreciate them for always supporting the Sports Source. And I appreciate these guys for always coming in when I need them. A couple more Christmas sweaters. We got over here Chuck Cavaleras.
Yes, sir.
That is
the Christmas sweater.
He may win the award.
The golfing Santa.
And the Mark looks like he was made to wear this thing. You missed the spirit. You're not supposed to look good today.
Sorry.
Man,
My wife dressed me today.
Looks good. Looks good, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming in. Mark Pancratz, former Vol assistant coach. All right. In A Christmas Carol, Uncle Ebenezer asked nephew Fred, what reason have you to be merry? So I wanted to see, maybe this would make people merry. I wanted to look at the best duos in the SEC, meaning football coach and head basketball coach. And let's see what schools are the best, because you might find Josh Heupel and Rick Barnes are pretty high on that list, or I may be surprised to find they're not. And that will kill the Christmas cheer. Yeah. We got over at our Wipey board, we got Cousin Eddie over there doing the role of Vanna White, and there are a couple of misspellings. That's what happens when you're typing these up late. Thanks to Mark Pancratz for noticing that I had Chris Jans. And what was the other one I had screwed up? Oh,
Gates.
Instead I had Gales instead of Gates there. Nothing like typing at 2 a.m. All right, so what I want to do is let's start moving the guys to the top who we feel are the best duos in the SEC. Let's eliminate some first.
Okay.
So the ones that we know this guy isn't proven. Can't we take the non-proven guys off the list?
Yes.
So who do we start with? I mean,
Well, I think he can start at Auburn because Stephen
Golish and
Pearl's
Stephen
coached
Pearl.
10 games, and Golish hasn't coached a game in the SEC yet, so I think...
You just leave it there. We just know he's not in it.
I just want to wad it up.
I think you can eliminate the whole right column.
Yeah.
So
as a top
Copeland,
five.
Stein, Drinkwitz, and Gates, Beamer and Paris, Elko and McMillan. All those gone for at least one reason or another. Correct?
Yep.
All right, Mark,
Okay.
just cut to the chase. That's the way to go, Mark.
Yeah.
I need to just let you do the whole thing.
No,
Okay.
I don't want that
That'd be
pressure.
much better.
I
All
put
right.
Mississippi State over there on the right column.
You'd move them over.
Okay.
Yes.
Ow.
There you go. I told you those magnets are sticky. What was the other one we were talking about? That. All right.
Well,
so
I think he can move LSU over on that right column, too.
McMahon.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he brings you way down.
And plus, Kiffin hasn't done anything.
Well, no,
at
at LSU, but he's.
Okay.
I mean, everybody in the
Lane
world was
Kiffin.
fighting for him. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. He could burn your program down eventually.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I think he would qualify.
He's going for his
so
third
LSU
water
is
treatment
out.
plant.
You don't even have to leave. You just kind of lump them over there together. Yeah. Perfect. All right. Golding's not proven at Ole Miss,
Yeah.
so he could go.
Correct, I'd move that one.
Yeah. We're just
And
shows.
the same thing with Summerall at Florida.
Yeah. John Sumrall, Golden. I would have put him on the questionable list as of last year, but whoops.
Yeah.
Had a heck of a year. So we got DeBoer and Oates, Venables and Porter Moser, who people might not remember. He was at Loyola Chicago all those years before going to Oklahoma. Heupel and Barnes, Sarkisian and Miller at Texas, Clark Lee and Mark Byington at Vanderbilt. I don't know what Clark Lee is without Diego Pavia, but
Do you move Oklahoma over next?
I'd move Arkansas over.
Over?
with
Yeah.
Silverfield,
Yes.
Yep.
So we
I
can
think
move Arkansas
Silverfield
out.
needs to be moved.
Calipari hindered by Silverfield. I think Mike White, I hope Danny White's not listening, but I think Mike White brings Kirby Smart down.
Yeah, but I think Kirby Smart's so elite in what Georgia's done. I think he actually
Brings White up enough?
Brings
Yeah.
White up.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we're counting
I
it as a
agree.
twosome. All right, so we're down to 5. What's the
Okay.
best combination?
There's 6.
I think it has to be Bama, doesn't it, guys? I mean,
I would go Alabama.
yeah. You're looking at a coach that coached the national championship game, and then Nate Oates, look what he's done. Took him to the Final Four.
Only one.
2 SEC titles, regular season, 2
I'm
tournaments.
not completely sold on DeBoer being that much better than Heupel yet.
Yeah, it's
No,
so much
I'm
issue.
not
They win
either.
yesterday, and all of a sudden it's a completely
Yeah,
different
if he'd lost, that
conversation
would have
for
been 8
Friday.
losses in 2 years at Alabama. Which
But
they
I,
would-
but I
been.
think that the
But-
fact that they've been to the
No,
Final
he should
Four
be up there.
Yeah.
pushes
Yes.
them up.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I'm just,
Yeah.
I agree with you. They're up there. I'm just saying, I think they're.
Yeah.
It's not a
It's
clear
closer,
cut.
right.
We all went, well, it's Alabama, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know that that's clear cut. We'll see.
I think if we're going top 5, I think you take out Oklahoma. For me, the reason why Vanderbilt would be in is because it's expectations. I think if you look at where Vanderbilt is today on both programs, I mean, Vanderbilt was undefeated at least going into the week in basketball. I would keep Vanderbilt there because you don't expect them to be very good, and they're niching. They're pretty good in both sides of it from an expectation standpoint.
I think now Heupel and Barnes have to be up there with Alabama, and that's where your argument comes down.
That's my number 2.
I put Sarkisian and Miller up there too. Miller may be living on his past history. Sarkisian and Heupel are extremely close. People give Sarkisian this big edge over Heupel. Look at their numbers. There's not a big edge there, but I think those 3 are ahead of those other 2. I think Georgia and Vanderbilt are out. I wouldn't put Georgia or Vanderbilt ahead of any of those 3 in terms of a duo.
No,
Am
in
I
terms
wrong?
of the duos, no.
I
Go
ahead and tell me if I'm wrong.
No, I don't think so.
The reason I'm struggling is, to Mark's point, Kirby Smart moves Georgia way up that list. Mike White is not done as well as I thought he would, but he's having a good year. But Kirby Smart is so strong. But
I think if you asked any athletic director, you would say, "Hey, I want Georgia because of how good football is and the budget, the money. It feeds everything else." I think Kirby deserves to be.
All right. Well, we've kind of changed what the exercise is then. That's okay. So it's more weighted toward football, and we didn't need to include basketball. So
no, not necessarily.
No, he's right. I mean, if we're looking at it from an AD, unless I'm at Kentucky or Arkansas, I don't care about the basketball coach. Just give me the football coach. So I wanted to see who are the best pairings, and I would rather have. I think Heupel and Barnes are better for football and basketball than Kirby Smart and Mike White have been basketball history. But if you're saying football trumps, if you think football trumps basketball, then I'd put Kirby Smart.
But I've got Georgia 4th. I got them below Tennessee.
Well,
but the flip side of that is why Tennessee's so high. It arguably could be number 1 is because basketball is so consistent and so good. It allows them not have to worry about Barnes and basketball and focus on football. Football is where you're going to make your money and where you're going to get enrollment, all the things. And so because Tennessee's been so solid basketball-wise, I think it actually helps their ranking from
One thing I would add real quick, too, that Tennessee tandem, not only are they near the top in the SEC, they're near the top nationally. So you got to factor that in, too. When you start looking around how good these programs have been, I think nationally Tennessee is right up there, top 3, top 5?
I'd put Vanderbilt 5th.
Yeah.
Who's your number 1?
Alabama. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Alabama?
Yeah.
What's your number 1? Mark?
Man, I'm leaning towards Tennessee, and it's not drinking orange Kool-Aid. I just think that Heupel's done a really good job and where Barnes is at.
I don't think the postseason success.
I think right now Heupel and DeBoer are basically tied with one another.
I would go DeBoer because he's taken 2 different teams to the 2 different college football playoffs under 2 different formats.
Alabama. And Nate Oates is younger, and he's been successful. Alabama.
Right.
Yeah. Well, when did he win?
Well, at Washington, they won games.
They won 1 game and then made it to the
and so he beat Oklahoma. So he's won games in the postseason. Josh Heupel has not in the tournament.
You mean, well, okay.
That would be my tiebreaker.
I think the fact he's gotten Washington there, the Alabama thing, he inherited a lot better than Josh Heupel did. But he built Washington, so that's the problem is if you include, and I don't think you can, it'd be like going back to Bruce Pearl and saying I'm including everything he did at Southern Indiana. DeBoer had but I mean that's at least Division I. What I'm saying is DeBoer was at FCS level. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and Pearl didn't have any good players at Wisconsin.
Milwaukee was dragging people.
I played for him, so obviously.
Really had 1 guard.
All right. Hey, Bob, thanks for joining us today. Appreciate it.
Merry Christmas to everybody. Thank you.
All right, when we come back, what gifts would we put under Rick Barnes' tree? We still have a lot to go. We got a deep dive into the Vol football schedule, the easiest games, the hardest games. We got a major award to give out a little later. Who was the top UT star athlete or in athletics, whatever I was trying to say, this year in 2025. Much more to come on the Sports Source. Stick around on our Christmas extravaganza. Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Southeast Termite and Pest Control, where the Haynes family and their team wish you and your family all the blessings of this wonderful Christmas season. Southeast Termite and Pest Control. All right, I'm back with Chuck Cavaleris, Jimmy Himes, Mark Pankratz right here, and I'm putting you guys in charge of giving Rick Barnes the gift you feel his team needs most, whatever you think this team needs most. That was the way it was going to be phrased. But we always, as we learned in the last segment, there's what I think the question will be, and then everybody has a different interpretation of the question, which is fine. So we'll see what you guys come up with. What gift do you give to Rick Barnes? And I will start with Mark Pankratz.
3-point shooting. I think that we've got to find guys that consistently.
There we go. People have to see this quality artwork and handwriting right there. Okay.
We're consistently making perimeter jump shots. I think that opens up the floor for everybody else and will allow us to score enough to allow our defense to keep us in games.
Okay, 3-point shooting. Jimmy Himes, what gift are you giving Rick Barnes?
I like the 3-point shooting. I'm going to go back up point guard. I don't know that they have one. I'm concerned about that. If Gillespie gets in foul trouble, if he has an off game, whatever, I think that's a concern for this team. So as far as their ability to reach their potential, I think they need to find somebody that can back up Gillespie.
Well, worst case scenario, what happens if he sprays his ankle?
Exactly, that's what I was thinking, yeah.
Okay, Chuck,
and I'm thinking night in, night out, game after game after game. I'm thinking first team all SEC point guard. And I don't think you have that. You really miss the Con Ziegler in all the facets he had in his game. The defense.
That's what I would have given him.
The defense, the leadership, the toughness. I'm not even sure Gillespie is that all SEC first team point guard yet.
Yeah.
Let him have
I think he will be. I think the other things that I were wrestling with of what to give them is rest, because I think we wear down at the end of the season, and to be restful and be able to play with that tenacity into the NCAA tournament to go, and then longevity for Rick Barnes. I think we're not realizing the greatness of Rick Barnes and what he's doing for this program, what he's done up to this point. I wish he could continue to coach here for another 5, 10, 20 years. Because he's that good with what he's doing, consistently being ranked in the top 25 for 65 some odd weeks. I mean, it's unheard of what he's done.
Team-wise, free throw shooting.
Yeah.
Because they were 3 of 9 the first half against Louisville, even though they led. But they were horrible. They ended up making up for it because Gillespie the All-SEC point guard went 10 for 10 at the foul line.
I would throw in, I think you guys touched on it, just bring Zakai Ziegler back.
Yeah.
Well, if you could gift anything, if you're playing Santa, you can give it. Because I think not only is that a guy on the court who plays better defense than what you've got now, but also we talked about this on the Saturday kickoff. The last couple of years, you've brought in this transfer portal team, but a couple of years ago, you had Ziegler, Meshack, Jordan James, and Vescovy, who understood everything you wanted. Gainey. But you had guys who'd been here 3-4 years. Last year, Vescovy and Jordan James are gone, but you still have Meshack and Ziegler carried over. You don't have that carryover of a guy who's a team leader. You've got some veterans, but I guess Akpara's you got guys who've been here 2 years, and you don't have. It's not one of those guys who carries the team. You had leaders who understood the culture, and who would also be out there on the court and say, hey, that's not up to snuff. That's not the way we play defense. And I would love to have him.
The other thing is you've got a leader that is performing on the court. Like Boswell, they're trying to make that leader, but he's not the performer, the player that Zakai is. And as a player, if you're going to hold me accountable and you're on my team, you better be doing something on the court at a high level because it gives you more respect, right? And so Boswell's a leader, but we miss that leader that Zakai was because of his performance on the court as well.
And if you had Ziegler, he could play with Gillespie.
Yes.
They could both be in the backcourt together, I think.
All right, so that's simple. We just figure out a way to get Zakai Ziegler back. Okay. Mark, thanks for coming in here and having fun with us on this Christmas show. I appreciate it. Have yourself a good Christmas, you and your family. When we come back, let's look at Tennessee's 2026 football schedule. Which games go on the nice list? Easier. Which games go on the naughty list? Tougher. We'll break that down next. Come on back on the Sports Source. Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Madisonville Marine. Joe Special and his team will be taking their annual Christmas break from December 24th through January 5th to be with their families, and they send along their best holiday wishes to all of our viewers this morning. We appreciate Madisonville Marine for always supporting the show for many, many, many years. All right, back with VFL's Ollie Lane, Daniel Hood, Sterling Hinton, Will Overstreet, and we've got Mike Stoll, cousin Eddie over there, ready to go, Vanna. So what I want to do here, I've already moved 2 of them over. We're going to look at next year's schedule. I've put Furman and Kennesaw State, easier games, on the nice list. So they've already been they've been slid over. They've been slid over. So what we're going to do is we're going to go game by game, and you're going to tell me if this is one of the easier games or one of the harder games, and then Mike will move it to the nice or naughty list. So at Georgia Tech, a 9-3 team. It's naughty list, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it has to be because I think it's going to be a lot of pressure on you too. That first game, you're going to be breaking in a new quarterback most likely.
Well, second game, you got
but
first real game,
first
non-scrimmage.
I have to say, but yeah, I think that's a challenging game. You're going to be playing them there, and so I think that goes on the naughty list.
Okay, naughty list for Georgia Tech. Everybody agree or disagree?
Yeah, I agree. I'd lean more to the nice list
I
just
see
because
nice.
of everything else. And Tennessee's done really well against the ACC recently.
And we're going to be in the Mercedes-Benz. I say nice.
No,
Wait, okay. Not to reveal what goes on behind the scenes.
I'll say what I said.
Very positive.
I'll say what I said behind the
Camera turned
scenes.
on.
I'll say. Can I say it?
Yeah.
I'm going to preface it with this. We're 3 plays this year, in my opinion, for being 11-1. I said off the scene that we're going into the Vanderbilt game 11-0, and it might be a chance they beat us in Nashville. That's what I said. So now we're clear here. Boom.
All right. So Georgia Tech, we got.
I'm nice.
Split crowd.
The only reason
You make the call.
So here's the thing that worries me is you got a new defensive coordinator as well. So you're trying to wrap in all this, and he apparently has a pretty complex system. So at Georgia Tech, uncertain of what you got early on, what your quarterback is, I'm going to put it naughty list.
Okay, yeah. His first years at most of his stops have not been his best.
Early
years.
in the
He's gotten
seasons,
better.
yep.
Yeah. Okay, next will be Arch Manning. You wonder if Peyton will be here pulling against the Vols.
Naughty list.
Naughty list.
Because I think Arch Manning will be better next year. So I think that's the problem you have. You're going to have a guy that has second year actually starting.
Yeah. Agreed.
Naughty list.
Naughty list. That one's easy. Alex Golish and Auburn.
See, I'm gonna put that one on the nice list. Just it's a first-year coach. He's got to prove himself at an SEC level. So I'm gonna put that one on the nice list. You're bringing him to Neyland, which is better grounds for you. I think that one ends up on the nice list for me.
But they do have talent down there.
They do.
So.
They do.
Yeah, I'm on the nice list as well. I mean, Nick Saban's first year at Alabama was 7-6, so I don't think Golish is
going to be that good.
No.
All right. Auburn on the nice list for, I agree with these guys. What do you think?
I say Auburn's on the naughty list, and this is why.
What?
Golish can dial it up, and Tim Banks is on his staff.
So there's motivation.
Lot in that pot. Lot cooking there. We gonna win, but it's not gonna be easy.
Okay. What are you doing, Will?
I'm going to put it on the nice list only because it's at home in this situation. Yeah. If it was away, it would be a clear naughty list.
Okay.
Worried that Sterling scares me, but I got to agree. I think they go nice.
Okay.
Enough votes for nice.
At Arkansas with Ryan Silverfield, and they're not happy about that hire. I'm putting that. Granted, anything can happen. Look, you could lose any of these. You could win any of these. We get that. I think Arkansas, if you're looking at this schedule and grading on the curve, that has to be on the nice list, in my opinion.
Yeah. Agreed. Still bad.
You should beat them.
Yes.
Bad feelings about Arkansas. They've had us.
Horrible feelings about at Arkansas.
Right. Alabama at home, where you're beating them 2 straight. Naughty list.
Naughty list.
It's tough, regardless. Everybody, nobody's. Everybody
put them
agrees.
on the nice
I'm
list.
on the nice list.
I'm putting them on the nice list.
I'm
just
going
because
nice.
What you just said, the last 2 times they've been in Neyland, you've won that football game.
Right.
How much eggnog have you had today?
I feel confident that if you put Tennessee and Alabama in Neyland Stadium now, that I think Tennessee comes out on top of that
wins.
game.
Exactly.
I think those are tight games, man. They wasn't like
For sure.
games, but okay. So we got 2 people that go against the rest of the panel.
Yeah, I'm with Ollie with lots of eggnog, so I'm going to put them on the nice list.
Just dipping the eggnog like this. There. All right. At South Carolina, where Shane Beamer's on the hot seat. But they are bringing back, Lenora Sellers? So.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Nice.
You've had some downfalls against South Carolina, especially when you play
over there. Yeah.
My only thing is 22 was not that long ago. People remember the last time you went to South Carolina.
What if they wore the orange helmets? You love those.
If they wear the orange helmets, I'm putting it on the naughty list. I'm not.
But you got nice otherwise.
Yeah, I got them on the nice list.
What are you doing, Daniel?
I'm going nice with South Carolina.
Sterling.
Nice.
I'm putting that on the nice list too.
Yeah.
I realize it can be dangerous, but I'm
Yeah,
going nice list.
it's a dangerous nice. I agree.
What do you got next, Kentucky?
Nice list.
There we go.
Whatever.
Even rain clouds, like, it doesn't matter what they've got.
Doesn't matter.
Nice.
At Texas A&M.
That might be homecoming.
That's just
Naughty.
straight naughty list.
Naughty.
Just that stadium alone puts it on the naughty list.
Marlon Walls, our buddy here, couldn't be with us today, but he went down there to a game this year at A&M, and he came back and said that place is tougher than Neyland.
Wow.
So,
Really?
yeah, he was impressed. He said it's the best place he's ever been.
I got to go.
So A&M into the naughty list. LSU and Lane Kiffin coming here. We don't know who Tennessee's quarterback is going to be. We don't know who LSU's quarterback is going to be, but that's got to go on the naughty list.
It does, because Lane's been good at getting out of the transfer portal and being able to flip a team completely and have them a high-performing team. So you think he's going to do that at LSU.
And he's probably got more talent to start with. Plus, he's going to bring half that Ole Miss team with him when the season's over.
Yeah.
They'll all run down there. Naughty list, everybody, for LSU?
Yes. Yeah.
Mike?
Agreed. If it was up here, maybe a little bit more towards the nice, but I don't like that. It's naughty.
Okay, so we got 6 nice and 5 naughty. Mike, you start with Vanderbilt. Your old favorite, Vandy.
Just because I hate them, I have a different mindset than Will. Will thinks you can own Kentucky. I've just had PTSD with Vanderbilt just because just can't believe you lose to them.
You also live in the mid-state where you have
it
to
is.
see it
Now,
here.
I've not heard a lot of Vanderbilt chirping because there's not a lot of people to chirp, but still, I'm going to leave that up to the panel because I've just got a negative vibe.
So you're queasy about that one?
I am. It's that or the eggnog I got.
What do you got, Daniel?
Without Diego Pavia, I'm thinking it's a nice list. I just don't think they're going to have the quarterback play to do what they've done the last 2 seasons.
Okay.
The only way that I would put them on the naughty list is if the quarterback that they got coming in that they stole from Georgia just lights out, incredible. But without Diego Pavia, I think this Vanderbilt team's completely different.
I think if he is incredible, it'll be down the road, not as a true freshman. So I would put that on the nice list personally. Sterling?
I think we're 11-0 going into Vanderbilt. And I tell you, that game, I'm queasy like my teammate, like Mike Stowe. I'm queasy on that one. I'm queasy on Vanderbilt.
How about that? Those two both kind of worried about Vanderbilt. What about you, Will?
No Diego Pavia, nice list.
Nice list. Okay, so we've got 7 on the nice list and 5 on the naughty list. And when I came in here earlier, I heard people talking about 7 and 5. Yeah. So we'll get back to that a little bit later. Wow. That's interesting. Furman, Kennesaw State, Auburn, Arkansas, South Carolina, Kentucky, and Vandy are the ones that are marked down way too early. This is nonsense. The rosters aren't even set for any of these teams, but still, in terms of just programs and history, 7 nice lists and then 5 naughty lists at Georgia Tech. Texas, Alabama, at Texas A&M, and LSU. Those are the ones you worry most about. All right, when we come back, let's talk Tony Vitello. Let's talk Music City Bowl. And let's talk about whether or not any of Tennessee's Big 5 coaches will disappear in 2026. Come on back. Welcome back to the Sports Source Christmas Extravaganza. This segment brought to you by Al Wilson's hard-hitting tea. The Vol legend and the whole team behind his new hard tea send their best holiday wishes to you and yours this Christmas season. And if you're not doing eggnog, try a little of Al Wilson's hard-hitting tea, why don't you? Okay, back with Chuck, Jimmy, Daniel, Ollie. We got kind of we got a question for these two, a question for these two, and then a question for all 4 of you. So kind of back to the Christmas stuff here. Who will the ghost of Christmas future see out of their current job first? Tony Vitello with the Giants, Josh Elander with the Vols, or Danny White? And that means they could leave on their own. It means it could go wrong. But of the guys, you had the big change in baseball this year. Who'll be the first person out that the ghost of Christmas future says bye-bye to? Vitello with the Giants, Elander with the Vols, Danny White, AD.
I would reluctantly have to say Tony Vitello because he's on a 5-year deal. I see the rest of them staying and doing well and continue to progress. Tony Vitello is trying to be the first college coach to make that jump to the major leagues. And it's going to be tough. I think he can do it, but if I had to pick one of those 3, that's who I go with.
I would pick him too. I think it's more risky for him to be doing something that nobody's done before, make that straight jump. And then he may do it a couple of years and say, this isn't for me. I want to go back to college, so I'm going to go Vitello.
I'd be shocked if any of these, if you don't have at least one guy gone in the next 5 years. I don't think it's going to be his contract's 5 years, so he's going to make it that long. I would think Vitello too, but I'm not crossing out. I mean, he took some good guys with him. I mean, Elator's got first year. No, he's not done this. Also, Danny White, what's his future? Does he look at Tennessee as the end-all, be-all job? I'm sure he would say so. Or is he sitting there thinking, boy, that Notre Dame gig looks nice. Is there another school out there? So we'll see. But Tony Vitello is who we think the ghost of Christmas future will see out of their job first. All right. Honest answer is what I want here. A little Christmas question for you. Mike Stoll / Cousin Eddie would like this one. If given the choice, you can either buy 2 Music City Bowl tickets at face value, or you can buy a membership in the Jelly of the Month Club. What are you spending your money on?
I guess I'm going Jelly of the Month because I don't know what it is. Let's try it out.
You've never seen the movie Christmas Vacation?
I guess not.
Oh, wow. Wrong guy. Okay. That's like, we used to do this with Mike Strange every year. Yeah. Mike doesn't watch the movies or anything. Okay.
As much as I would love a subscription to Jelly of the Month, I'd find it really interesting. I would still buy tickets to the Music City Bowl. I mean, it's 2.5 hours away from Knoxville. It's a close drive. I mean, why not? You can go watch this team play one more time.
Okay. All right. What'd you guys do? Jelly of the Month or pay your money and go watch
City. Jelly of the Month.
All right. Thank you, Chuck, for being honest. I appreciate it. No, I'm kidding. This for everyone. UT did not see a coach from its top 5 sports change last year. Football, men's basketball, women's basketball, baseball, softball. Didn't change. Kim Caldwell was the last one to come in. That was a couple years ago. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. That's how the Christmas carol goes, how the Christmas song goes. Will there be trouble miles away? Are we gonna see any changes with the Big 5 coaches in 2026, or are the troubles miles away and you don't see the changes?
I don't see the changes. Now, if I had to pick one, I might go Karen Weekly with softball. Okay. Because I remember when she took over with Ralph there, she indicated she wasn't going to do it but for a few more years. So I would pick her if I had to pick one.
Okay.
Well, and it's not just yesterday because you gave up 59 rebounds to Louisville. Kim Caldwell, that's not going glowingly right now. And the system isn't working. The players aren't playing the way she wants. If I had to pick one right now, I would lean towards her.
After a second year, you think she could be gone this year? We're talking about 2026.
I think she could be. I do. If the bottom falls out and they continue to get blitzed like that, yeah, I do.
Danny White would be putting himself on in the firing line if he reacts that quickly to his own hire. But okay, so we got people saying yes, there could be changes in the next year, and 2 different people. What are you saying? Is there changes in the top 5 coaches? One of them gone in 2026.
I wouldn't say there would be changes. The only one I would agree with Chuck on the Lady Vols right now. It's kind of a hot seat situation brewing up. But I mean, the only change that I would foresee maybe taking is if Rick Barnes decides that he's ready to enjoy retirement.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the only change that I foresee happening.
See a change coming?
I don't. No. The only one that I was even considering is with this SEC schedule that we just went through, you know, if Tennessee goes 6-6 or 5-7, which is possible with that schedule, I think Josh Heupel could be on the hot seat at the end of the year.
I think if he goes 5-7 next year, you're going to have a lot of people calling for his head.
Yeah.
So that would be, and I think that Barnes or Weekly could retire. I don't think Danny White's putting his 1 year and 1 month coach on a hot seat just yet in basketball, but who knows? And then the baseball coach is brand new, so I don't see a change there. Okay, very good. That was interesting. See how we turn these Christmas questions, and I'm going to make you watch. You don't even get the Cousin Eddie outfit that Mike Stoll's wearing then. Okay. When we come back, how about a seasonal version of True or False regarding the sports being played right now? We've still got sort of our double entendre questions a little later, and a major award. Who was Tennessee's top athlete in 2025? Much more to come on this edition of the Sports Source. Come on back. And welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Safety Systems. It's the most wonderful time of the year, and the team at Safety Systems want this Christmas to be your most wonderful one yet. All the blessings of the season from J.J. Surlis and the whole team at Safety Systems. Okay, This is going to be a little different. It's kind of a version of agree or disagree, except we're going to keep it in the holiday spirit. I'm going to give you my take. It's holiday sports season, a lot of holiday sports on TV. I'm going to give you 3 honest takes that I 100% believe. And you guys can either hurrah, tell me you agree, or humbug, tell me you disagree with me and explain why. So here we go. Question, here's number 1, all right? The bowl system was underrated. I didn't appreciate it enough when those games mattered, and now I miss those days. I wish the bowl system, the way we used to have it when bowls mattered, was back.
Hurrah.
Hurrah!
Hurrah!
So we got hurrahs. Hurrahs at everybody?
Hurrahs.
Yeah.
Jimmy, yours was the least loudly throated. So your thoughts on, you seem like you're kind of wishy-washy on it.
Well, the thing that's happened to me, the playoff has taken away some of the starts out of the bowl games, right?
And
now, the playoff system to me sucks. But anyway, having said that, there are too many bowls that don't matter at all. It used to be that a lot of them didn't matter anyway, right? Because you had national championship games. But they were still more compelling than some of the matchups that we're seeing right now.
And it used to be that you never had guys that didn't play in the bowl game.
Yeah.
That was just not, nope, I'm sitting out, I'm going pro. Nope, I'm transferring somewhere, I'm not playing in your bowl game. That just didn't happen.
Or coaches.
Or coaches, that's right. Okay, number 2, and it ties into number 1. And I really believe this. College football is not built to be a big playoff sport. Pro sports, much more evenly matched talent-wise. You got 30 teams in every one of these sports. Mm-hmm. Even in college basketball, where you got 1 million teams, it's 5-on-5. Anything can happen on a given day. The talent and the depth is not exaggerated. College football, from team number 1 to team number 30 to team number 130, it's too much talent disparity. The depth is just beyond, you can't even broach that gap. I don't think college football, in fact, I will say it this way. College football is the worst sport for a big playoff.
Humbug.
I'm going to go humbug.
Hurrah, humbug,
Humbug.
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 Okay, why the humbugs?
You know, I just...
You like that James Madison game yesterday?
No, so you preface it as it's not built for it. Yeah. The system that they have set up right now is broken and it's wrong. But at the end of the day, I think ultimately you could have 16 good teams that are very, very comparable that would be close. Nope. Once you start throwing in the Tulane, the James Madisons, the non-Power Fives, I think it gets skewed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Daniel, you agree?
Yeah, I'm with Mike, and I love high school football. You have playoffs in high school football. Like there's always the chase of the championship. I love the idea of
Class
playoffs.
1A, Class 2A, Class 3A, Class 4A.
Yeah, and you had different classes, but I still think, like Mike said, you put the 12 or 16 best teams in there. I think you get a totally different playoff system than what we've got right now.
If Notre Dame and Texas had played in it, those games yesterday would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
Much better.
So, as I mentioned earlier, the system sucks. Kind of like what Mike was saying.
Well, I think I was reading yours is the current system we have where Tulane and
James
Madison get into a playoff is totally farcical. Mm-hmm. I mean, let's just face it. It's just a game. It's a powder puff game. I mean, put Kennesaw State in there, whoever. I mean, we already pay enough money for those teams to come to the stadium and play and take their $1 million and get a butt whipping back to where they came from. And now you've just figured out a way to say, well, these guys that have in the Sun Belt, they ran Sun Belt commercials. I didn't even know what the Sun Belt was. I mean,
it's where the sun is.
Yeah. So, I mean, you have these teams right now, the way it's set up to put, to give somebody a consolatory award, oh, you're 11-1 and played all these powder puffs. It's just not going to work. So until it becomes rank all the teams based on the conferences they are and the good conferences they are and put the best ones in, then it could be something, but not right now.
If you condensed college football to where there are, most of these pro leagues are 30 teams, but let's say you got it down to 60 teams. And then you had 4 conferences, and it's 15 teams each, and you have it fed in, and all these teams spend the same amount, and they're comparable, okay, then you can have a playoff. But you're nowhere near any of that right now.
No.
You're not near that. And the only way you get those little teams out of the playoff is you just say, okay, then we'll let them sue us. Because that's the reason they're in there now. Yeah. They want access. So you got to put these in there. And then you build all these play-in things. Well, he's a conference champion, he's ranked here, so he goes here. Oh, okay, well, that's how you get James Madison ranked ahead of Duke. So you can always have some bad team win their SEC or ACC championship game. I just don't think that college football, as it's laid out currently, is built for a big playoff. Okay, next one. College basketball should start at Thanksgiving, not Halloween, like it did for years and years. And back, happy olden days of yore. That's when it started, Thanksgiving. That would take the season from about 31 regular season games to 25. Hurrah or humbug?
Hurrah. Hurrah. Ooh. Well, the reason I hesitate is because I enjoy watching some of the Maui Invitational or some of those tournaments like that.
That's around Thanksgiving, though, isn't it?
Some of them are before that.
They used to those big things were always right around Thanksgiving.
Well, that's why I hesitated, too, a little bit, because I like watching some of those early matchups like that, which I think are compelling, and then you have an idea going into conference play. I went hurrah just because the time frame. I might be a week off or so, but I'm on board.
I think there's 5 or 6 too many games. And that said, Tennessee will be playing Gardner-Webb today. Enjoy. We're not going to be spending a lot of time.
Well, Clark, the other thing is, too, is when you're looking for games on TV and you say, oh, look, it's such and such, and you turn on, it's a basketball game, and you thought it might be a football game.
That's your problem.
You don't want that.
Well, no, and I'm like, oh, that
That's
totally
a Mike
messed
Stoll
with me.
problem.
That's a Cousin Eddie problem.
When we come back, time for a couple more Christmas questions. Then, who is the best sports star at Tennessee in the year 2025? A major award. That's coming up on the Sports Source. Come on back. Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Games and Things. Scott and Lisa Mellon and all the crew at Games and Things send along their best Christmas wishes to all of you, our loyal Sports Source viewers. Happy holidays from Games and Things. 3 more little Christmas questions here. Some double entendres. Now, some of you hear these questions and think, I'm offended. You took it the wrong way. That's not how we meant it. Double entendre. Okay, here we go. We got the first video. Let's go ahead and put that up there. What was the biggest nutcracker of the year? Losing in the Elite Eight for the second straight year, watching Tony Vitello leave, or the beatdown at the Hander Vanderbilt? Now, I know I've got 3 football guys here, but what was the biggest nutcracker of the year?
Losing to Vanderbilt. At home.
Cosign.
Losing to Vanderbilt. Yeah. I mean, Pavia is an awesome player. I like his game. But losing to Vanderbilt, man, just at home is,
badly.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the way he carries himself, that makes it even worse.
I thought he was very classy after the Heisman deal.
Yeah, sure he was.
So you're Vanderbilt as well?
Yeah, it hurts. It's a kick in the nutcrackers for sure.
Careful, Mike. Very careful, Mike. Let me handle the joke. Okay. Let's go to the next video. Here we go. Those are horrible uniforms from 2002. Any worries about recruits not liking it that UT will don them now some gay Adidas apparel as they switch back away from Nike? And by gay, we mean festive. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Any worries? Look at that stripe on the pant. Jason Witten. God, that's hideous. Any concerns recruits are going to say, you're not Nike?
It might be. It might be because Nike is a brand that the younger generation feels. My Adidas was Run DMC in the 1900s.
That's
that's how we ride. But they're gonna come up with some good styles, I believe, and they're gonna make it appealing.
Do a big NIL push with them.
Get a good NIL push, so that dollar sign will surely switch some people.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the biggest thing. NIL and dollar sign is more important than what uniform brand I'm putting on.
Of course, Nike just did that same deal with LSU. And would you rather have that deal with Nike or would you rather have the deal with Adidas? I guess we'll see.
If you pay me enough money, I'll wear zips.
Okay.
If you remember those from your kid days.
Very good. All right, we got one more. Let's pop up. There we go. How many wins will Josh Heupel need to ensure that he doesn't feel like his chestnuts are roasting on an open fire?
Oh, yeah.
That's him, and that's chestnuts, and that's an open fire, and he's screaming. Now, I'm misspelling Gates because I'm working too hard on the Photoshop here. I'm misspelling Jans because I'm doing this stuff. All right, so back to us now. All right, how many games do you have to win to not be on
like an irrational fan or somebody
the fan base.
Yeah, so I mean, I think the fans are going to be mad if he doesn't hit 9 games.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think because they're going to say 2 years in a row at 8-4, you're going to have a sizable group of the fan base that goes, it's not good enough. That's where he's going to be. So I think, you're looking at 9 games is where you clear the bar from a lot of people.
My thing is when he wins the games. The key is win because, it was 1 year. I remember saying, because they say how many, you might not get a chance to win 9 if you start out 0-3. And unfortunately, everybody's patience is limited now.
Oh, I don't know. Chuck and Holly were just calling for Kim Caldwell's head, and she's been here 14 months. I don't know. What are you talking about?
But she's not producing.
Yeah.
No, that's where I'm at with Heupel. I'm not.
How many wins does he have to keep people off his tail?
I'll go with 9. I'll say 9.
Okay. We're all going 9.
I'll go 9.
You sure it's not double digit? I think there were going to be people that are like,
again, depends
double
on
digits, what will I spend my money?
Yeah.
I think you are. I'm talking about the 80%. I think if you go 8, there's going to be a group you have now that's okay with this year that starts moving over to that side.
Yeah.
So I think you lose more of the fan base at the 8 or less. Obviously, you're going to lose a lot. But 9, there'd be some people that'd be like, well, he got to get that schedule.
Yeah.
There'd be some things in there that.
And if you win 9, you're probably in the playoff hunt until late in the season.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at because with this 9, SEC games, John P. and fellas, it's going to be how many people are going to hit 10 wins in the SEC next year?
It's a reality check for a lot of people next year.
Yeah.
But you got so many people now walking around. We talked about that 10% talent fee. I've heard that so much. I spend X, they should win X. Yeah. So
reality
people are
check,
spending.
Yeah.
I don't know that they'll be happy with that. I went up and watched the Patriots lose last week. I did not go after they lost. I didn't go grab Robert Kraft and say, I spent money to get. It's like you lose some games, but there are people who view it that way.
It's like owning 1 share of NVIDIA stock and saying, you guys should be through the roofs, and here's what you should be doing. It's like, be rational, but that's why it's fanatics.
NVIDIA.
Yeah, okay. It's pretty expensive right now.
I take my stock tips from Cousin Eddie here. All right. If I introduced you to Daniel, he doesn't know what movie you're from. All right. When we come back, gentlemen, it's major award time. We got plenty of time to kick around here. I want to talk about best athlete of 2025 for Tennessee, and we'll throw out a few more crazy things we may do. It's going to be hard to do any kind of season prediction, but we've got time to kill. So we may do season predictions next, even though we have no clue who Tennessee's quarterback's going to be. Come on back. Welcome back to the Sports Source. Here's what's coming up. It's kind of our holiday schedule for you. Next Saturday on the 27th, we're going to be doing sort of the UT football latest. We'll catch you up to date and on everything that's gone on this week. And then SEC Bowl previews, we'll have that in the Saturday show as well. On Sunday the 28th, next week, it's going to be our full Music City Bowl preview. That's why we're not doing a ton of that on the 27th. I don't want to do 2 straight days. There's only so much Music City Bowl preview you could do. All right, then January 3rd, a Saturday kickoff. That's 11 a.m. right here on WATE, or if you're watching on Sports Source Digital Network, it's there. Music City Bowl reaction, plus a preview of the Arkansas basketball game that day, the SEC opener. The next day, we'll do a season wrap-up for football and give you Arkansas reaction. And both of those shows will include our latest basketball analyst who joined us yesterday for the first time, former Vol coach Buzz Peterson, going to be with us talking some basketball. So we got good stuff coming your way on the Sports Source Saturday kickoff, Saturdays at 11. And then Sundays at 11, we're here we're closing in on year 24, I guess. We're cutting close to that. All right, back with the whole hee-haw gang here. We got Chuck, Ollie, Daniel, Sterling, Will, Cousin Eddie, and then we got Jimmy Hines right there. You can go with a player, I suppose, if you want to throw out a coach, you can. But in terms of the star on top of the tree this year, who was Tennessee's best? And I'm just going to throw out some names. You had Zakai Ziegler, you had Chaz Lanier, who were both all-SEC in basketball, men's basketball. Joey Aguilar wasn't all-SEC, but he certainly had a great year. Mm-hmm. Chris Brazzell, or good year. Chris Brazzell was all-SEC. Liam Doyle, Carlin Pickens. Who was the top star for Tennessee this year?
I got Carlin Pickens, softball. She was a 2-time SEC Pitcher of the year, she had an earned run average of less than 1. She averaged 1.5 strikeouts per game. She threw the fastest softball pitch in the history of the sport. I think she is the top athlete at Tennessee.
Agreed. I'm going Colin Pickens.
Yeah, I agree too. Not only that, she is on the U.S. All-Star team, and they're over and playing in Australia right now. There's like 3 college players on that team. She's one of them. Pitcher of the year for the NCAA. And I got to see her. So here's the thing is I saw her up front. My daughter played against them. ETSU played them in the fall. And putting it in perspective of how fast she pitches and how fast that ball moves, it's basically the equivalent of hitting about 110-mile-an-hour fastball. Just unreal. So just swing the ball and hope you hit it.
Pickens. Anybody else?
Sakai, we mentioned him earlier.
Yep. You want to? Is that your guys? That's who you're going with?
That's who I would go with. I really would. So many people are missing him right now. You wish he would have got that extra year. Yeah. And you're replacing like 3 players when you replace him. That's what he brought to the court.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I was going to go, especially with just Zakai's story, what he's been through, and what he poured that into the program at the basketball program. Yeah. I think that he did a lot for what Tennessee basketball was able to accomplish.
Yeah.
And you know, John, I know how much you love Joe Milton. So, you know.
Perfect. Joe Milton's
Somebody's a little bazooka arm, Joe Milton.
I'm so sad that he's now with the Dallas Cowboys chess team and not my Patriots. We made such a mistake in keeping Drake May and getting rid of Joe Milton. Daniel, I will treasure this always. Thank you. Who are you going with in terms of player of the year? We got Ziegler nominated and we got Pickens nominated.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jimmy was right with probably the best overall talent that Tennessee had this year with the softball pitcher, but I think Joey Aguilar is the one I'll remember the most, just because of the Nico situation, how it went out, he came in, how well he played. And so I appreciate what Joey did for the team this year.
Good one. Sterling, Will, what do you guys do?
I'm staying with Pickens because she just looks better than all of them. Put her right on top of my 3, baby. That's what I'm saying. Go, girl.
What do you think?
I think Pickens, but I think it's Sakai Ziegler too.
Yeah, I love
the Tennessee fan base, and that he was here for all those years. He wasn't a guy that went in and out and switched teams 6 or 7 times. So somebody you could actually become attached to and was a steady gate for this program and the basketball program. I think he's probably the most impactful, remembrance of people remember.
I was going to give out an award earlier in the show that would have been the Buddy the Elf Award, and I was going to give that to Aguilar because somebody that brought you better success or better joy than you thought. But then the reason I didn't do it is there were plenty of people who were like, he's going to be spectacular when he gets here. And I wonder where those people are. They may look at it and say he dropped off at the end of the year. All those who said, oh, no, I watched him. He's going to be great. You're going to be far better than Nico, blah, 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 blah. All right. I didn't think so. I went in thinking 24 interceptions, we'll see. Yeah. I thought he overperformed what I expected. He had a couple bad days at the end. But overall, I think you needed him. And he landed. You went after other guys. And it turns out he kind of saved your bacon a little bit. So
he did. He outperformed what I think Nico would have done, and that's pretty rare for a guy that started in junior college and didn't have a 5-star ranking. So I think he did a tremendous job with this offense and helping them lead the SEC in scoring.
And don't forget Deshaun Bishop and what all he did. And the rushing and everything he brought to the table, and a Knoxville guy. Yeah. And he looks pretty good too, Pearl.
He looks real good. He looks intimidating.
Here's one like we asked about. We're throwing out stuff here at the end. I'm always racing in these shows to make sure we have time. Well, we have time. We race too much. But here's my last question. We asked earlier in the day that we started. Josh Heupel, gift, stocking stuffer, or lump of coal? Stocking stuffer, not stuffer. And a lump of coal. What do we do? Danny White. Now, Danny White's had an up and down year in terms of fan base because the money you spent, they don't like all that rising. There were people who weren't happy about Tony Vitello leaving, the way that went down, although I think most people were happy that it was Josh Elander who took over. Yes. You also finished top 10 again in the all-sports race. But fans are moved by football, and you lost to Vanderbilt. You're 8-4. So my question, what are you giving Danny White? Does he get a gift, a stocking stuffer, or a lump of coal? Anybody?
I'm giving
Sterling,
him a gift. I'm giving him a gift.
That's because his name's on some of the checks. So, I was going to tell you didn't have to answer.
He gave you a gift.
He gives me a lot of love, but I see the work he puts in. So I have the opportunity to ask the blessing to see him work. You know, he's at every game. He's at every academic situation. He's doing his regular job that I guess athletic directors do. But he's putting work in, man. He's putting 15-hour days in over there. Right. He's working. So
we got
I'll give him a
second.
Stocking stuffer, because AD goes like football goes. Gave a stocking stuffer to Heupel, stocking stuffer to that man.
Sterling gave a really heartfelt answer, like stocking stuffer.
Rain cloud, man.
I'd give him a stocking stuffer of money so he can upgrade Pearl's stereo and his speakers because it sounds like awful in English.
Wow.
Pearl agrees, man. They gotta fix those speakers. I'd give you a stocking stuffer. I'd give you new speakers.
Thank you, brother.
I'll go gift because
That's my teammate.
Okay, very good. Gentlemen, thanks very much. Appreciate it. Thanks to you for watching all these years. Thanks for supporting our sponsors. Thanks for them for bringing you this. I hope you have a very merry and a very safe Christmas. Yes. We'll see you right back here next Saturday for the Sports Source Saturday Kickoff and next Sunday for the Sports Source. See you then. Merry Christmas.